welcome back. Day 2, and already we've been on. We left Kent just over 12 hours ago, and we've had our first adventure already. So by the time I'd finished faffing and packing and making sure everything was clean and tidy, it was 8 o'clock before we left. That's we being me and Dougal. Our little CL in Kent, and headed north. We're today heading to York, to Beechwood Grange Caravan Club site. We've got a meeting there. I'll probably talk about it in the next one. And I just thought, oh well, we'll see how far north we go. If we get as far north as, you know, North London, Cambridge, Peterborough, Clumber Park, wherever. And ran out of steam by Peterborough. It was 11 o'clock, feeling tired. I'd hit the rumble line on the motorway once, so time to pull in. And just like I did last year, went to Ferry Meadows Caravan Club Site, only to find that the late night arrivals area was locked. That's right, they lock gates now at 10:30 at night. It was 11 o'clock. I couldn't get in. Now, retrospectively, I checked the website, and there is no mention of it on there, so it's a bit naughty. However, even if it had been on the website, I wouldn't have checked, I'll be honest. So I'm not going to blame the Caravan Club for that. It's kind of the risk you take when you do this kind of thing, when you're a bit gung-ho and you just sort of hitch up and go. It does slightly fly in the face of spontaneity, but there again, that's the risk you take if you are spontaneous. Good things will happen and not so good things will happen. I don't know why they closed the gates at 10:30. I can only imagine it's because, excuse me, the late night arrival area is outside the warden's accommodation, and maybe they were getting fed up with people slamming doors at 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff. So that's the lesson learned there. And that is now, if you want to use the late night arrival area at Ferry Meadows, you need to be there by 10:30. I'm not gonna berate the Caravan Club for a second reason, which is the fact they actually offer these late night areas anyway, because another membership organisation does not. You have to be there by 8 o'clock, and if you're not there by 8 o'clock, tough, basically, or you got to ring up and grovel to the holiday site managers. Does this sound like experience to you? Who are usually just nothing more than over the moon to welcome you at 9 o'clock at night. So don't go there. So, you know, that's that really. About this trip, what are we doing? Going to Scotland, 6 weeks, hurrah, and lots of things different to last time. Number one, the weather will be better. Number two, certainly not going to get as many migraines. I've been taking supplements, magnesium and vitamin D, all that kind of stuff. I was bad again in May, like I was May last year, and so hopefully it's something, it's a bit sort of conscious of my neck now, atmospheric, which means that last year in June I got a lot better until November. Whoa, how fast were you going, Mr. Range Rover? Right, where was I? Oh yes, what's going to be different? What's going to be different? I have no articles to write, and I have no university projects to research or anything like that, because this is actually my second trip to Scotland with the caravan this year. I went up in March, April, did a week at university and then did a bit of a tour of the islands, which was lovely. And I went to Islay for the first time, but I was so busy doing my university project that I didn't have time to do a video, unfortunately. So that's different. And the fact that I have no magazine article to write or commissioned video to shoot is just wonderful. So that's the pressure of, it doesn't matter if it rains every day, I'm under no pressure to get something attractive out, which is lovely. You may also notice there's a lot less rubbish behind me than there was last year. Part of that is seasonal. I don't need to take as much stuff because it's summer. So what have I left behind? Well, first of all, before I say that, I don't always have a caravan mover in a box in the car. The caravan mover is generally attached to the axle, but the motor packed up, so it's been back to Reich and they've replaced it. I have to say, I've got a Reich mover on my caravan. I think a mover's a mover. They move the caravan. But I have been impressed with the customer service from Reich. They came out to the van once at the NEC on the car park because they were at the NEC when I had a problem then. That was when I cronked the mover in the Outer Hebrides. And this has happened now. The motor packed up and they've Airstream sent it back. And it's come back. I need to fit it when I've got a minute. So I don't always have that mover. I've got a lot less stuff. I didn't bring the spare Cala gas bottle that I've got because I don't think I'll be using the heating.
About 300 yards, speed.
Oh, will you shut up, woman? I've still got the bioethanol stove and the bioethanol for a bit of, because you need an emergency backup in case your gas system fails or your cooker fails or anything like that. So that's my backup. I've only brought one. I haven't brought any firewood either because firewood takes up so much space. I'm going to buy firewood when I get there, which will grieve my friends Mike and Tracy, who own a woodland, and that's where I get my firewood from, usually as a gift or in exchange for something. I've got some firewood coming in exchange for a solar panel, but I'm going to buy it just because of the carrying aspect. Another thing I've not brought is stuff like pretty stuff, candles and that, in little jam jars for when you want to bling it up in the evening, and have it all nice under the awning. Number one, last year we didn't get the weather to do that, and the second thing is now we're going in June. There will be no evenings. I mean, yeah, there'll be evening, but it won't get dark. It won't get dark enough to need candles or fairy lights or anything like that. So all that kind of bling's been left behind. And as such, as soon as I get that mover fitted, you see, I can see the bike and the caravan in the rear view mirror, which is fabulous. But that's good. So that's what's different this year, and I'm really looking forward to, fingers crossed, showing you the Outer Hebrides, in a better light than they presented themselves last year. So there you go. So York tonight, I'll tell you about that tomorrow, and a little bit about caravan security, and in the meantime, thank you for watching and tuning in against Shore for the next exciting episode of ScotVlog. Ding!